So overall, as a country, definitely the tax burden's gone up. For the median earner, it's gone down. The median earner is paying less tax today than they were in the 70s, paying less tax today than they were 20 years ago. The Tories increased tax quite significantly on the richest 10%. It's something no one talks about. There's like a little political conspiracy. The Tories don't want to say, hey, look how great we were at taxing the top 10%, because their own donors would be furious. Labour certainly doesn't want to say, you Tories, you increased tax on the rich. That's outrageous. So no one talks about it, but it's true.
Yeah.
Now, they certainly didn't increase tax a lot on the very, very wealthiest, the top 1%, 0.1%, but absolutely, that increase in tax that you see, and it's a pretty large one, was on the top 10%. People always think they're overtaxed. No politician's ever going to say, hey, people of the UK, you are historically undertaxed if you're a median earner, and as a country, you're undertaxed compared with most of the rest of the OECD. No one's going to say that. We would like to think we're overtaxed, but we're not.
I think it's value for money as well is probably the issue, right? If everything seemed to work okay and the country felt great, people probably wouldn't mind.
Well, I'm a bit of a pessimist about this. I fear that you could have a successful society with lower tax than we have and a much lower level of state support and public services, or you could have a successful society with much more generous welfare state and much higher taxes, meaning more taxes on the median earner. But I worry that there isn't a stable middle ground, which is where we are at the moment.
You either have, American public services and American tax levels, or European public services and European tax
Maybe
levels.
It doesn't quite have to be those two extremes, but some way towards it. Yeah, I don't see other countries in the OECD at the level that we are.
What do you think is a better
kind
system?
Of odd.
Low taxation, low government, or high?
I try not to talk about politics publicly. I have my own political views. I have no expertise in that. I have nothing very interesting to say.
Who did you vote for?
I'm not going to hide my political preferences. I voted Labour. I'm a member of the Labour Party.
But you speak more to the Conservatives, is what you've said.
No, I think on tax policy, I agree more with the likes of the Adam Smith Institute than many of the lefty think tanks. But then if you look at successful welfare states like Sweden, they do it by having a simple tax system, a higher rates of tax, but simple. In fact, I don't think you can have high rates of tax and a messy, complex tax system.
That was a clip from our chat with tax expert Dan Needle. If you want to watch the full episode, you can click right here.